archaeological survey to see if there were important archaeological and historical sites here. The oldest site that they found was a fire pit, a hearth, and it's been radiocarbon dated at close to 12,000 years ago. So there's no doubt that ancestors of the Utes were in here 12,000 years ago.
Well, the trail holds a lot. It holds different areas. It has healing powers. It has life on it. And way back then, the rivers ran through there, which gave everything alive. And besides that, the land was scarce. So the Indians knew how to survive, and they only took what they needed. They didn't take it all, or didn't abuse any of the land. Along the trail, whether they're hunting, if you're fishing, they knew how to fish, they knew how to camp, they knew how to parlay, they have a gathering, and how they say it, a powwow, a powwow or a celebration. They'd have singers that sing songs that from a long time ago, your experiences with whatever, and they sing it in Ute, and then they come back and then they sing it in a melody way, kind of like humming. So they go, hey ya, hey, hey ya, yeah, hey ya, 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 hey ya. Hey ya, 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 hey ya. Then they start going, getting that rhythm. And they go, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey. Very few of our people know these areas that we used to roam, that were once ours, the whole lands, and the Utes were the keepers of Mother Earth here on this piece of ground that we had. They were excellent negotiators, barters, they were treaty makers, and they were also the police of the land. When settlers and the coming of the Spaniards, other tribes, they would know how to parlay with them. We have the famous council tree up in Delta, Colorado. We have gathering ceremonies there. We have gathering ceremonies along the way, the Ute Trail. And we had many bands of Utes. There wasn't just one Ute, but now they call them Northern Ute, Southern Ute, Ute Mountain Ute, White Mesa Ute, Paiute, Gosh Utes. We're all one people, There's just that many bands stretch from Washington, Alaska, all the way down to Mexico, as far east as Louisiana.
And so to help you in your quest for the Ute frontier, many Utes came to the Pueblo. Many Utes received hospitality at the Pueblo and then sent on their way. Of course, throughout our history, the nomadic people, because of my understanding that theft is between men, came to take, expecting that these men would return to take. And so it would become a form of sharing, to go specifically to look for slaves. I find them I found one document of a trade for a Ute woman. The woman would be set free, and the people who had been raising her would receive a certain property, but it was clear from the document that the woman was part trade for a piece of property. That's slavery to me. That's no indentured servitude.
I'm just remembering coming through this trail. I just barely recall because I was only a child at the time, but we came through here and it was a pretty long, tiring trip. We did the same way going to Ignacio. From time to time we would get on our buggy and our horses, and it took quite a while to get to Ignacio as well. We went there about once a month, and we came this way, especially during the summertime, and we camped up there.
Mm-hmm.
So she would take a horse, load up that horse with all that we needed, and then put a camp up there. We didn't have a teepee, we had a tent.
This is the old crossing place.
Well, you know, it was deeper in the early spring.
Yeah?
From early spring to about August, then it would get low. But because we had already trained our horses to cross the river, they didn't have any problems. The red willows were used for baskets and also for cradle boards, also for bedding. My grandmother would cut a bunch of willows and just spread it on the ground so we could sit on it. And also they were used just to chew on. You know, just sit there and chew on a willow bark and when you were resting.
It's important to know that this was Ute territory, and the Spanish never controlled this Ute trail. The Utes actually levied toll on people that went on the trail. That is, they'd expect gifts along the way to allow people to go on through it. And the Utes were still in control and still collecting toll from the Americans up until about 1855, when the military force of the United States broke the power to maintain control of the Utes. So actually the Utes were in control of this whole trail until about 1855 or 1860 even. It was really undisputed till 1855 that this was Ute territory, until it was finally taken away from them by military force and well, I say intimidation, force, and fraud is the way the land was taken from them by the United States. The Old Spanish Trail has a long history before the first old Spaniard walked on it. And the Spanish history and American history is like the skin of an onion compared to the ancient history of the Utes right here.